Hey, it's hump day, everybody, and guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Anybody remember that commercial? Anyway, it is Wednesday, hump day, which is for us welfare to winning Wednesday, and I am coming on today to see. First of all, how is everybody's week going thus far? We're halfway through the middle of the working week for some. So I hope everything is going well. But while we're talking about the working week, I wanted to bring up a subject that is on a lot of people's mind right now, especially those people that are impacted. And that is the shutdown of Spirit Airlines. Woo, that's a hard one that hit those employees and consumers. It hit the employees because, of course, they are now out of a job and unable to provide for their families. How many employees did that impact? I forgot what I read, but let's see. Hey Siri, how many employees were impacted by Spirit Airlines closing down?
Here's what I found.
Wow, it says that over 4,000 Spirit employees impacted. I think it was more than that. Oh, Reddit says there was over 17,000. So imagine that. Over 17,000 employees impacted. I was also watching a video where there was a mother out of Atlanta, Georgia, who has 8 children that she was caring for and providing for, working for Spirit Airlines. And how awful for these families, right? Um, she says she received that message as she woke up to an email. Can you imagine waking up one day and you're suddenly out of a job? That that's something that a lot of people are not prepared for. And I am sure that the majority of these employees of Spirit Airlines was not prepared for that. Likely, with the young lady that had the 8 children, she probably doesn't have a emergency fund saved up. Most of them probably don't. The majority of them are probably living paycheck to paycheck and praying that they are even able to um, collect unemployment. But what's their next move, right? So that got me thinking about starting over. I mean, some of these employees might not have had family or, children or whatever that they're responsible for. But a lot of those, when I flew Spirit, and by the way, I love Spirit. Not only because it was an economical choice for me when I flew, but also because I had great experiences every time I flew on Spirit. I never had a negative employee um, at the customer's counter. The flight attendants were always so pleasant and welcoming welcoming you on the flight and off the flight. I never had any issues. I know Spirit got a bad rap, which was wrong. That's a whole nother story. Because it wasn't Spirit that had the issue. It was the people that brought the drama to Spirit when they were flying. But anyway, imagine having a job one day, you go to bed at night and you're employed, and you wake up the next morning and you're not. And like I said, most probably don't have an emergency plan. I don't know if they've got 401k and retirement and all that, which hopefully, they do have that to contribute towards the future. But what about now? What can they do now? And that's part of where my journey is going to, because I've worked a lot of places. Some uh, I left voluntarily. Others I didn't leave voluntarily and was not expecting to leave. So there were, I spent a lot of times in my adult life trying to raise my kids. I had two children. I was a single mom. I had good jobs, and then I didn't. And I was starting over through trying to reinvent myself, whether it was finding another job, finding another side hustle, trying to start a business. I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I wasn't prepared. I was just always in survival mode. And I talked to you guys a lot about being in survival mode. And I'm sure a lot of these employees at Spirit, that's where they were. Just surviving, paying their bills, keeping a roof over their head and the heads of their families. You know, they're flying all over the place. You have the flight attendants that were flying, that took them away from their family. They had to have the family support for that if they had children. Like the young lady, I don't know if she was a flight attendant, I don't remember, but she had 8 children. She had to go to work. She wasn't relying on government assistance, right? And I've been there before. You got to get the bills paid. And then when you're living paycheck to paycheck and all of a sudden that job is not there, now what? Now you're in survival mode. So I went on welfare, off welfare. Um, I did. I went through bankruptcies, repossessions, foreclosures. It's not easy. And some things are not in our control when other things are in our control. And that's what I want to focus on today. There's a scripture in the Bible, Ecclesiastes 9:11, and this is what it says. It says, I have seen something further under the sun, that the swift do not always win the race, nor do the mighty the battle, nor do the wise have the food, nor do the intelligent have the riches, nor do those with knowledge always have success. Why? because time and unexpected events overtake them all. Yeah, so no matter how smart you are, no matter how poor, how rich, it talks about mighty, whatever position you might be in, time and unforeseen occurrences like this shutting down of Spirit Airlines overtakes every one of us at some point or another in our life. But we can get back up, right? We can find a way. Through all of my trials in my life, I found a way to get back up. And even now, going through the situation I'm going through, I'm finding a way to get back up. I don't have it all figured out yet. And I know if you're a Spirit Airline employee that just lost your job, you don't have it all figured out yet either. This is all just hitting you, but you'll get it figured out. You can't stand still because you still have a family, you still have bills, but don't quit. You can make it. You can start over. Use your skills to start over. And if there is something, if it's taken a while, find you a side hustle. Like me, right now, I do Walmart, I do Instacart, I can do DoorDash, I can do Lyft, I can do Uber. I have all the apps, right? But starting over isn't always easy. Another way the Spirit closure it's impacted families that can't afford to travel on these larger airlines, these Deltas and Uniteds and um, Southwest. These flights are expensive. Hey, listen, the gas prices is going up. We can't even put gas in our car. I mean, I'm telling you, things are getting expensive, right? So that airline, it impacted, yes, the employees, but hundreds and thousands of people who use that airline for affordable travel. I just used it a couple of weeks ago. I flew back to Detroit to be at my daughter's graduation. There's a family reunion coming up. I don't know, I might end up driving to Florida. But there are things that happen to us all. The question is, how are you going to rise up above it? How are you going to move from surviving to thriving? Putting yourself in a position that you never have to face this again. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not even saying that it's going to take, it's not going to take some time. But whatever you need to do, you can do it. I am living proof that starting over is not impossible. So that's what I wanted to share today on Welfare to Win It Wednesday. If you are part of the Spirit Airline family, I am sending my thoughts and prayers are going out to you. Be encouraged, not discouraged. You got this. If this video resonates with you, if you took something from it, please like and subscribe to my channel. I am going to be taking you on a journey, my personal journey from surviving to thriving. Hit the bell notification so that you get all the notifications for my updates. Um, I have Freedom Friday coming up. I told you this week earlier, I was able to, because of all of my support starting this channel, I have finally reached 50 subscribers. Yay, me. With that 50 subscribers, I am able to do a live. So on Friday, for Freedom Friday, I am going live at 6 o'clock. Please join me for that. We can chat about this and anything else you want to chat about. I want to talk to my community. I want to hear your stories, what you're going through, and how you're moving forward. So I will see you on Freedom Friday. Thank you again for checking out my channel. Happy Hump Day.